This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and of course, I'm going to talk about another topic in boxing. It came to my attention, and it's been going around on different boxing pages all around Facebook and YouTube, that Bob Arum's spreading a rumor or leaking out some information and stating that depending on Manny Pacquiao's performance against Jesse Vargas, the next possible opponent is Gennady Golovkin. Look, okay. First off, if this is true, if Bob Arum said this out of his pie hole, then that has to be one of the biggest contradictions. And Manny, again, goes along with it. It has to be one of the biggest contradictions in the sport of boxing. And that makes everything Canelo Alvarez said or is doing that is credible, because Manny said out of his own mouth not too long ago that Canelo Alvarez is too big for him. So if Canelo Alvarez is too big for him, that fights at his own weight, that is under the 160-pound weight, what makes him think that Gennady Golovkin isn't too big for him? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, how would you have one without the other? It makes no sense. I'm not gonna fight Canelo Alvarez that fights at Canelo weight, or he fought at Canelo weight for the last 6 fights, versus fighting a full-blown middleweight at 160. And I know for Manny Pacquiao, I mean, look, he is an icon. He is one of the second best in the world, or whatever he was, behind Floyd Mayweather Jr., okay? A lot of people regard him as one of the best pound for pound, which he is. Cool, whatever. I won't argue with that. But then again, it's a time and it's a place for everything. You know, people believed once upon a time him fighting Antonio Margarito was a fairy tale until he fought Antonio Margarito, and in fact beat Antonio Margarito, almost knocking him out in the 11th round. You know what I mean? He gave him a pass in the 12th round. But this Gennady Golovkin isn't Antonio Margarito. I'm sorry. This doesn't work like that, you know, and you can't keep, and that was when Manny Pacquiao was 33 years of age. You know what I'm saying? No, 32 years of age. Dude is 38 years old. He'll be 39 this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Why would you put him in there with a guy that has no losses, no draws, and that knockout KO percentage? What do you think, you're going to dance around Gennady Golovkin all day? You know what I mean? But then yet you won't fight Canelo Alvarez, which would be a bigger money fight than Gennady Golovkin, I feel, because it's Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? So you can't say I'm one guy's too big and the other guy's not too big. That's bigger. That doesn't make sense, man. You know what I mean? And I would hate for Bob Arum to do that. I'm pretty convinced now that Bob Arum, with his age, you know, he's like 86 years old. You know, he's clearly coming into insanity, senilism, or whatever. He's going senile. And he's losing his mind for thinking or saying something like that. If this is true, I'll do more research on it, but it's a shame if you want to just keep putting a fighter in there that has nothing else to prove in the sport of boxing. Manny Pacquiao doesn't even need to be fighting Jesse Vargas. I said it in my last video. So what makes him think he's going to try to raise the bar again? What is he, Rocky Balboa? I mean, what do they think? Who do they think Manny Pacquiao is? You know, he's only a man. You know what I mean? He's human. He bleeds. He swells. He can get knocked out. It happens. You know what I mean? He's not Superman. You know, neither is Gennady Golovkin, but Gennady Golovkin's dangerous, man. You know what I mean? You don't want to turn Gennady Golovkin into a guy like Sergey Kovalev that's already knocked out and killed a guy. You know? Remember Roman Simakov? Look him up. You know, the guy's dead. You know? And we don't want anything like that to happen to Manny Pacquiao getting in the ring with someone like Gennady Golovkin. It's just not worth it. It's just stupid. And I don't see why Bob Arum would ever say that. I would never advise that. So Michael Kuntz, or whatever his name is, he should advise Manny Pacquiao never to get in the ring with Gennady Golovkin. I wouldn't really even recommend Floyd Mayweather to get in the ring with Gennady Golovkin. You know, I feel this way about boxers. You know, I amateur box. I never box pro, but I can tell you this. I understand that the safety of fighters, man, we're all human at the end of the day. So for people thinking that boxing is a sport, okay? People bet on boxing. But this is not a game. You don't play boxing. You fight. Boxing is the fight game. But it's not, hey, yeah, I'm watching the game. It's not, no. You know what I mean? It's something that can get you killed. You can't get killed playing basketball. You know what I mean? Maybe, you can get a concussion playing football or a broken limb or something. Somebody might break your neck. But, you know what I mean? There's so many people in the sport of boxing that go to sleep and never wake up. You know what I mean? So this is serious, man. You're playing with people's lives. So the money that these guys earn by fighting, they deserve it because they're putting their life on the line. And this is very dangerous. It's dangerous, man. And it's nothing to play with. And I'll be damned if I let anyone else play with my health. The guy has 5 kids. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't let anyone from another country tell me, oh, yeah, you need to fight one of the hardest punching guys in the middleweight division. And it doesn't matter how far. And it'll be at a catch weight, but it still doesn't matter. That won't matter concerning someone like Gennady Golovkin. Why? Because Gennady Golovkin is not a big middleweight anyway. And anytime, if you look on his last 4 fights, all of his fights been 158 point something, 159 point something. He has never been at a 160. He's always been a little bit, a pound or a couple pounds under the middleweight limit. So, yeah, he has no problem losing weight. He's not a big, bulky guy either. You wonder where the power comes from. He kind of reminds me of Felix Trinidad. If you look at Felix Trinidad's fights, you would see him. He's not a muscular guy. You know what I mean? There's nothing about Felix Trinidad will give you the indication that he would knock you out. The same thing for Gennady Golovkin. So these guys have this freakish power, and it's really, I call it God, it's God-given power. That's what it is. It's power that you possess. It's an innate power that you have. You can't go to the gym and create this power. It's just power within. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't recommend it, and I hope it's just a rumor. But for those who don't know, now you've been told. So just say no. But anyway, that's me wrapping it up on my thoughts about that. And you've been counterpunched. Peace.